Okay, back to back. Tammy and James in the car videos. Question and answers. Jumping right into it. Ashley. Oh, here's Ashley again. Ashley's one I've banned.
She's my friend.
Yeah.
We're going to have wine someday.
Yeah, I bet you are. Ashley asked a question here, a good one. She says, she thanks us for producing great content. Thank you very much. Can you tell us what you recommend for puppy setup after they have outgrown the whelping system? And she talks about a 4x4 crate, disposable pads, different phases of puppy living spaces. Okay, so what we do is we have, you get that from Chewy, a 4x4, the 4x4 puppy pen, 4x4 puppy pen with a 1/2-inch crate raised floor.
Pet edge too.
Pet edge too. It comes with a couple of plastic trays.
Pet edge is better.
Yeah. So the idea behind this is you put them in a bigger area, 4x4. They can be in there with mum. They're on a grate now, where it's
a grate.
Great, thank you. A grate. The floor is got basically 1/2-inch spacing between the wires.
Well, you can also make sure and watch what you're ordering on that grate on the width. So if they're tiny puppies, you can get a wider width on the grate.
Smaller width.
I mean smaller width. Sorry.
I don't think you can put small. I don't think you can get smaller than 1/2 inch. Maybe you can.
Yeah.
So for a small, I mean.
Pet edge, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the important thing here is you don't want puppies' feet getting stuck in the crate. I can't say it. Grate. In the crate. So if they're an inch apart, that'd be for bigger puppies like labs and 60-pound fully grown dogs, right? 1/2 inch is what we use for Frenchies, and if you've got small dogs, Tammy says you can find smaller ones. Get that.
And if they're real small, you can always put a towel down where they walk, and just being ear distance on listening to that puppy if it does get its little foot in there. But
and you could go to
put towels down and be fine.
And you could go to a 36 by 36 on really small dogs, couldn't you? You don't need necessarily.
Yeah, but I like the bigger one.
For big dogs, yes. So.
Well, no, for my Frenchies.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think you can buy bigger than a 48 by 48 inch.
4x4.
4x4, right?
Yeah.
So, but the point here is the idea behind this is the dogs are going to poop. So you put an area with some newspaper in it or a pee pad. No, tell me something different. Go ahead. You put an area for the poop.
Newspaper seems to stink more.
Well, what do you?
The pee pads you can put on the tray underneath, and you can even get the cheap pee pads if you want, because it's on the tray underneath. If you want to go to the more expensive, where it has the nice lavender smell, that's good.
But the idea behind this is the tray is 6 inches below them, and it collects all the nasty.
Right.
And you want to make it easier for you to clean it up when you pull the trays out. So that's what she's doing. It's not. So what do you put where the puppies are? Tell us about what you put with them. So the puppies need something, right? What do you put for the puppies?
I put their little bedding in there.
So towels, a towel.
Yeah, a towel for where they need to walk if they're too small, their little feet are too small.
Or a place they can curl up and go to sleep.
Curl up and go to sleep. Put little toys, chewy toys, because you can never start that at an earlier age for the little chewy toys, because their little teeth, their gums itch. But you have the water bowl that's up high enough that you trust to leave in there, that's up high enough that the puppies can't get in it and drown.
So you're talking about a bowl with a decent sized wall
lid.
around it, deep lid, right?
Lid.
And not put a lot of water in it in case a puppy does get in it, it's not going to drown. So plus also they tend to knock it over anyway.
Oh, and let me tell you, when a puppy gets in it, they scream and holler because they get cold.
Yes.
Because mama will look at it. Sometimes you've got some mamas that will pick them up out of there, and then you've got some mamas that just sit there and look at it going, okay.
We've never had a puppy drowned.
No.
But we have had puppies that are soaking wet.
It scares you to death.
Yes. So I think that, like Tammy says, you want to have something with certainly a decent wall on it if you can.
Yeah.
You put food in there. And at this point, they're on dry kibble. Or
no.
Okay.
Usually they're still on soft.
Okay. So the soft food that we do to start with is Royal Canine
Mousse.
Puppy Starter Mousse.
Yes.
Comes in looks like a cat food tin. Buy it at Pet Edge or PetSmart.
PetSmart.
Right.
Or you can order from Royal Canine directly.
It's not cheap, but it's good.
It's worth it.
It's not good. Yeah, right.
It's worth it.
So then so then this is Frenchies now. So then after you've got them on that, at some point, then they've got to have teeth or start to have teeth before you can introduce them to this. Then you move them.
No, the Mousse you don't.
Right.
You make
I'm
it
sorry,
a gravy
but you
style.
you move them to a dry kibble.
You
Tell us.
moisten it for a week and a half.
By the way, this
Keep
whole
it
video is
moistened.
going to be on this. I think this whole video is going to be on this.
You moisten that for a couple of weeks, week and a half.
So tell us about what that food is.
And then you gradually let it get a little bit not as moist, and then you graduate them. This is probably when you graduate them up to 7 weeks.
So this is you use Royal Canine puppy kibble.
It's the puppy French Bulldog puppy.
It is French Bulldog.
Yeah, it's the small bites.
Okay.
When they get bigger, like at 8 weeks, then you probably want to, and they're eating the hard food great, then you probably want to graduate them to the Royal Canine English Bulldog bites, because they're bigger bites. That way they're in competition with everybody to eat who's going to eat first and who's going to eat the fastest and all of it. So they won't inhale that and get choked on it, because the French Bulldog bite's really small. So that always worries me.
So when is the first time that you introduce them to off mother's milk, or at least get mother's milk and the puppy starter? What age are they going to do that?
Some people do it at 3 weeks. I feel real good at 4 weeks.
So at 4 weeks, they're starting to get teethy. Their gum lines are starting to show little toothes and bumps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but add your goat's milk to it, mix it up, make it like a gravy.
So
where they lick it up.
So you have a dish that looks like a bunt pan, don't you? It's got a central big area, and then it's a ring all the way around it.
That way they're not all walking in it. And of course they're going to still walk in it, but not near as bad without that little humped up area and that dog.
So we used to use a 9-inch pie dish.
Yeah.
And when we did that, the puppies, what happens is the first time you introduce it, they don't have a clue what's going on, do they?
You'll have one that literally his legs will separate out and his body lays in it and he just continues.
He's in it like he's in a mud wrestling contest, but he's eating at the same time.
The day spa and the mud bath.
But you take a puppy and you push its head into it and they get it on its mouth and they start licking it.
Not their head into it. Their
their nose.
Their little mouth where it gets on their face and they lick.
And then they get the taste.
Then the rest of them hear the licking noise and they think, oh. And so they all get over there and
it's a frenzy. It's a frenzy. So that's why you want to. There's a couple of things I think.
It's pretty cute.
It is cute
because their bellies get so big. And
we're going to do this on this next dog when Gia-Belle has a puppy in a few days. But I think the thing here is you do want to monitor that first few feedings, right? Because it's a free for all. Mum does not want to be in there.
You'll love watching it.
Oh yeah, but take mum away. No mum in there.
Yeah.
Just the babies. They can get so stupidly gorged that it's too much.
You'll see them walk away from it and then go back to it, and they may be shaking cold because this is new.
And they've got
sometimes they don't want anything to do with it.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes. Or one of them wants to eat the whole stupid thing.
Oh.
That's the one that you want to take away at some point. You don't want to.
His little belly just bulges out. So
just
big.
don't let him get too crazy for it, right?
Yeah.
And that's, by the way, the puppy mousse is so good because anything that's a kibble that you've tried, you can get little pieces that might get in their lungs because they're so frantic to get this.
Yeah.
So puppy mousse that's slopped up with some goat's milk to start with, right?
Yes.
Then puppy mousse all by itself.
Make it warm because that's what they're shivering.
Yes.
But anyway.
And then after that, dry kibble that's been soaked in either water or goat's milk.
No, goat's milk takes longer for it to soak up.
Okay, just warm water?
Straight warm water.
How long does that take?
Kibble.
How long does it take?
Probably about 30 minutes.
Okay,
and then
so
you can smash it up with a fork.
Yep.
Because that's going to be thicker than the gravy stuff.
Yep. What you don't use, throw away.
No,
we'll let Mum come in. There you go.
That's her treat.
That's right. So when everybody's had enough, then Mum comes in and Mum finishes up.
You may want to wipe off your puppies after they eat that, or let Mama clean it off of them, because she'll definitely clean it off of them.
And that's another thing here. You've got to be. Some mamas will be competitive about food.
Yeah, you got to always watch.
Those dogs can get aggressive towards babies.
We've noticed that when we're doing Bill Jack with our mamas while there's nursing also, that the babies at 3 weeks are running over to her bowl and licking in it. So make sure that you're paying attention to mama and the babies, because if mama starts to growl, get onto her and shame her for it and tell her no, and see how that works. And if it's still going on, then you probably want to take mama and her food bowl out and feed mama.
You can't see enough of my beautiful wife. There she is.
They can. I promise you. It's bigger.
Yeah. But so that's important, isn't it? Is it like, you want to promote the right behavior from mum, and you can start that right at the very beginning. And to just be careful about comment. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think probably some of this is the way the dog's been brought up. If you've got like a lot of dogs that are brought up together and there's a race for the food in one bowl, then you can expect that kind of behavior towards the babies too.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a long video about this.
Yeah.
So it's reiterate, start to feed puppies, pup starter mousse, 3 to 4 weeks, transition them to a wetted down kibble, then to a dry kibble. Mum stays with the babies as long as she'll tolerate them in that environment.
Yes, yes.
So you can start weaning puppies once they're on the regular food, and if you've got a mum that's really being hammered, she's looking like heck, wean her sooner. And when you start the weaning, what we do is we take mum away from the babies in the daytime to start with, and we put them together at nighttime. Right? Yes. In a 4x4 crate with a raised crate. And then they get playtime outside. So nice days.
On concrete, please not dirt, until they've had at least 2 sets of shots.
And the reason for this is that you can absolutely sterilize and clean the concrete. And every time the puppy's been out there, we're using bleach. We actually use a thing called Whizzy Whiz. We are cleaning out that whole area, getting rid of all the poop and cleaning everything off and drying it before any more puppies go on it every time. So just to be safe.
Whizzy Whiz is from that dog food that we get.
Right.
Cody.
Yes, we're going to start selling that. It's a really good deal.
Yeah.
Goes on the end of your water hose.
Okay, but what's the name?
MyBreederSupply.com.
No. The Whizzy Wash. I went blank.
I don't know.
The dog food.
Oh, Life's Abundance.
Yes, Life Abundance.
Yeah, it's probably on our website.
Yeah.
It's Cody's
it
on the
is.
website, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the Whizzy Whiz. I don't know if the Whizzy Whiz is there. We need to get it on there. Right?
But remember, we're having babies the first week of January, and so they're going to be fluffy carriers. My phone number is 580-799-1910, and of course the website is www.lovemypups.com
and www.mybreedersupply.com.
Yeah.
And so just the last thing, I just want to say one last thing about the setup. So also we put a towel in there so the babies, the idea behind this is you give them a nice warm area for them to sleep on and train them not to pee and poop on it. So they want to pee and poop in other areas than where they're sleeping. It's a good step towards the first step of potty training puppies. So lots of times our puppies that have not been fully potty trained, and we have not done anything personally to potty train them, will go to their new customers and the customers
so
say,
smart. They're smart.
Well, the
dogs.
customers will say, "Hey, this puppy's already potty trained." Nope.
Potty trained.
Potty trained. Nope. No, it learnt it by itself just by being in that environment. They're smart.
Well, you have to do your share of the deal too.
Yeah. But I mean, the point here is that if you can set up an environment for them that they can sleep in without peeing and pooping, they will tend to do that. And so that was it. So hey, next.
Oh, and don't forget Cody's Instagram page, My Frenchies of Texas, because he will probably be putting his new babies on there before too long.
Born last night.
Because they were born, and every one of them are Merles.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
They're cute little buggers.
Yeah.
Picasso babies. We love Picasso.
Oh.
And he's got a little small dog, Toffee, who's a chocolate and tan, carries blue and cream. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so that's it. Happy New Year. Next video is going to be of Bella and her babies. Bye, everybody.
Bye.